What up now? Thanks for watching. Appreciate you taking the time. As always, bear with me today. I'm learning to use the gimbal, so we'll see how this will go. But anyway, it's about that time to do one of the most anticipated mods that I've been wanting to do, and that is changing out the grill on the 2024. Come on, dog, be quiet. Go lay down. Anyway, so changing out the grill of the 2024 Toyota Tundra Limited grill to the TRD Pro grill. And I think most of you would agree, if you've seen that grill, it's the best looking grill for the new Tundras. And without a doubt. So I've had that grill for a while, and I've just been waiting for time to do it. And, I don't have a garage, so it's going to be done out here in the weather. So I didn't want it to be too hot. And just looking for a weekend where I'm not super busy doing other stuff, and don't have to worry about rain, freezing, or dying of heat exhaustion. Anyway, so it's about that time. We're ready, and I've got all the parts ready for that. Not only we're going to be changing out the grill, but we're also going to change out the fog lights. We're going to do, these are the ones that come with the truck. They are in white. I want to change them out to the Diode Dynamics white, amber lights, fog lights. They should just be plug those in. Shouldn't be a problem to put those in. We're also going to put in the TRD Pro light bar, also from Diode Dynamics. I figured, I don't want to take this grill off more than once if I can avoid it. So I didn't want to do the grill, do the fog lights, then later say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put in the TRD light bar. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get the light bar, do it all at once. Also, for the TRD Pro grill, there are the cutouts along here for the tracker lights, whatever you want to call those, marker lights, tracker lights, whatever. So I'm also going to get the marker lights put in too. So that's what we're going to do, and real excited to put it on there. Hope we don't have any trouble. I've watched a million videos on taking off the front bumper, or the front end, the front bumper, and changing out that TRD grill. So it should be exciting. Can't wait. And that's really one of the major mods I want to do and get that done. Also, almost forgot, I also have, I think from a Bumpershellz, we've got a black matte overlay for that, for the mustache around the truck. So I'm excited to do that as well. So anyway, we're going to get this going, see how it goes, and go from there. Let's see. All right, just a little follow-up. So the TRD light bar I went with, again, is Diode Dynamics 18 stage series rally qualified LED lighting. This is the 18-inch light bar. Looks like that. You can get it in amber or white. You can get it in driving or combo lenses. So I just got the driving with the white lens, and high intensity, focused output, slim design. It's going to come with, whoa, got acorns and stuff falling all over the place. So it's going to come with a 8-year warranty, and here's a look at the light pattern. If you get the driving light, flood, combo, that sort of thing. Anyway, it's going to come with a separate box that has a bracket in it for the TRD Pro grill, and it's also, in this box, came with some other brackets and stuff. You're also going to get all the wiring harnesses you need. So if you are doing a full, like me, if you have a TRD grill, that TRD Pro grill that's never had a light bar in it, you've got the brackets to put it in there and to wire it up. If you are replacing a TRD Pro light bar, same thing, they've got it so you can do that as well. I think it's sort of a plug and play thing at that point. It's a complete kit from Diode Dynamics, and once we get hooked up, we'll see how it'll be. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, most likely I'm not doing the wiring. I just don't have enough experience with it. We'll see what I can do about that, but I will get it wired up somehow, some way, and we'll see how it goes. Real quick, it occurred to me, instead of doing everything on the same day, I have the grill, TRD Pro grill. I have that. Got the light
Before
bar.
I started the process of putting this on,
so when I do take the grill off and take off the limited grill, I don't have to worry about then doing this part. It's already done. Also, when the tracking lights come in, marker lights come in, same thing. I can put them on before I do the other process of taking the grill off, putting this one on. So that's what we got. And then put on the Diode Dynamics. Let's see here. There we go. Looking pretty good. And then we'll get the marker lights in and go from there. And just another part of the process.
All right, so before I started the process of putting the grill on, I wanted to make sure I went ahead and put in and I'm so glad I did, go ahead and put on the light bar, the TRD light bar, which is a Diode Dynamics light bar. I got not the combo, just the white regular light, and then also from Rave Off-Road got the marker lights with the stealth amber look. But anyway, definitely if you do this, if you're gonna do a light bar or Raptor lights, marker lights, whatever, do that before you do all the rest of the stuff and take off the grill and go from there, because it doesn't take a long time, but it takes time that you don't really want to waste when you've taken the front end off of your truck. All right, so here you see, and the glare is kind of bad, I can't see it myself, but most videos I saw said there were 3 of these. 2 here and 1 over here, but those are like for 2022 Tundras that I saw. So this also was connected. I don't know what it goes to, but it was definitely going to have to come out to get this this whole front bumper off. So anyway, that's where we are right now. Yeah, to be continued. All right, man, we're almost there, ready to take off the old grill, put on the new grill, and well, also I have disconnected the camera here and disconnected not camera. This is where the fog lights are. I've disconnected those because we're going to be putting on the Diode Dynamics fog lights that are amber. So, also want to take that off. I need to watch the video on how to do that. I will include in the comments links, or excuse me, I will include in the description the videos that I have watched that have included Yoda Expedition, TRD John, a couple other ones that I've watched before to help me do this. Also disconnected the stuff for the TSS sensor, disconnected the camera. Also with the camera, which I have, where did I put the camera? Okay, put the camera over here. I also have already gotten from Westcott Designs, the only Westcott Designs thing I can afford right now is this bracket for the camera when you put it on a TRD grill. So we'll be doing that shortly. And that's what we're doing. TRD John said it best. This thing is way over engineered. Holy crap. I was watching a Westcott Designs video about a AT4X. They did something with the grill and he was just like, yeah, we just popped it off and that was it. And dang, Toyota, that's a lot to do on this. All right, it's nighttime, but it's not nighttime because it's taken me that long to do this. It's nighttime because my daughter had her senior pictures today, and grocery store, had to take a break, do some other stuff. So anyway, I'm out here in the dark finishing up some things. Just a quick little thing here. So remember I told you I had the Westcott bracket for the light, for the camera, for the front facing camera. I had the Westcott bracket that you need to use because the bracket coming off the limited grill will not work on the TRD Pro grill. So I don't know if you can see it, but if you see those little screws right there, you'll have to take those off and move the camera into the bracket. They take the smallest freaking hex Allen key that you can imagine. So I had to go out to the store and get one of those because it didn't have one small enough to do that. And it's just so small, it just doesn't take anything to like strip them. So I barely, they're not even in here all the way. Like, you know, it's not all the way screwed in, but the bracket itself, screwing the bracket in kind of keeps it in place. So hopefully, you know, when using the front camera, it won't be shaking or anything like that. But yeah, be careful with the really small Allen wrench that you have to use for that. Also, there's a clamp, this clamp, that is connected into here. I think, wait a minute, here. It's right here. So you have to pry that out and use a pry tool to kind of pop it out, so it will give you the length you need to get the camera in the bracket. That being said, I had to kind of unhook the Rave off-road marker lights because the bracket for the Rave lights was right here, right there, was making it so that I could not get that piece out. Like right here. See the bracket for the Rave off-road lights, and then the bracket that they're popped into, had to move that so it would come out. Anyway, other than that, everything is gone pretty well. We're almost done. See you soon. All right, it's all done. So, to recap, we took off the limited grill, put on the TRD Pro grill. We having also put on the Diode Dynamic fog lights, amber. I don't have the exact name. I think they're the S. I ain't even going to attempt it. I'll put it in the link. We also put on the Diode Dynamics TRD Pro light bar, and that is in the regular white light. Also, we have the Rave off-road Raptor lights. This is the Stealth Amber. So the cover, instead of being an amber color or clear, it is black. And I thought when you turn these on, they'll be pretty dim because of that black covering, but they are pretty bright. So anyway, that's what we got. I think it turned out well. Let me know in the comments. Also, we did the Bumpershellz Surround in matte black. I wasn't going to do that at first, but since I already had everything taken off the truck, I said, you know what, let's just go do it all at once. So it worked out pretty good. I think it looks good. I think it looks great, actually. And I can't complain. A couple of tidbits about taking off the front grill. It's not hard, but it is a little bit slow going the first time you do it. And you know, you can do it by yourself. I would just say make sure you've got your area prepped. You got a blanket on the ground, or a shop blanket, something like that, so you can put the front end on the ground, on a table to do the work. I would say put it on some type of table so that you can, you know, get all the other screws and bolts out and all that sort of stuff. Put it back together on the table. I was able to do it by myself. The second time I took it off, I did get my son to help me put it back on the truck. And you definitely want to make sure you go ahead and put some type of painter's tape or masking tape on the headlights right around this area, so you don't scratch that up when you're trying to take it off or put it back on. And you just want to be careful. So like I said, you can do this by yourself, but if you do have someone, they can basically help kind of spot you as you take the grill off and as you put the grill back on. Also, when you do this, you can, you know, if you bought the grill separately, which of course I did, and you're going to put in a light bar or something like that, go ahead and put that on the grill before you do all the other stuff taking off. You don't want to take off the front end and then decide now you're going to put on the TRD light bar and everything. So that's going to work out pretty good. And let me see here. Am I still recording? Yeah, okay. All right. Thought I was running out of space. All right, so that being said, didn't have any problem with the sensor right there. This is a big thing right here. If you're going to do this, make sure you get a bracket, a relocation bracket for the front camera if you have a front camera. You're going to need that. You don't want to take all this stuff off and then be like, oh man, and then you go to put it back together and you're like, okay, the front camera doesn't work. The connection, something's wrong. You need a bracket. The particular one I got from Westcott Designs, but you can get them off of Etsy, you can get them off of Amazon. Other companies have them, but make sure you get that ahead of time so you don't have to worry about it once you take everything off. That being said, once again, this is the best looking grill that Toyota has, hands down, absolutely the best. Let me know what you think about the black surround. Should I have gone with the body color? Should I have left it silver? I think the black looks good, very distinct, and I love it, man. But anyway, that's all I've got. Let me think, is there anything else I'd like to say? So I think that's everything. I will put some links in the description for the Diode Dynamic fog lights, as well as the TRD bar, the Rave off-road lights, all that stuff. I'll put a link down there for these letters if you want to put these insert letters on your lower bezel bar. We'll do that. Thank you guys for watching. I would love it if you give this video a like. Hey, you could also hit that subscribe button if you'd like to. I'd appreciate that. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this overall. I think this is a great look. Without a doubt, the TRD Pro grill is the best grill out there. Putting this on, it is a little intimidating, but just take your time. Make sure you've watched more than one video on taking it off and go for it. That being said, thank you so much. Appreciate your time, and I am out.